video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Guys, if you want to join my financial community on Patreon, we're called the Wealth Builders. We got a couple thousand wealth builders in our financial community, and all we do in that financial community is help one another build wealth and get to passive income. None of us are experts. None of us try to tell you what to do, but you know as well as I do, when you got 2,000 people headed in one direction, financial freedom, how can you turn that down? You're going to get best practices, golden nuggets, tips, what's working, what's not working. A safe place to be able to ask questions and get answers. Again, you got to make your own decision, but it's nice to be around 2,000 people that can at least give you some feedback, at least give you what they're doing so that you can get a better understanding of what direction you want to go in. So if you want to join the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon, get yourself down to the first link in the description box. That's the Wealth Builders Financial Community Patreon link. Click on that Patreon link. Come on over to Patreon. Sign up. Come join us. That's where I'm giving out the real game. So if you want that, click, join, and then send me a DM and let me know you're rocking with me, and let's go to work. The good folks at Webull are offering some cash bonus reward for anybody that opens up a new Webull brokerage account and makes a deposit. Click on that second link. It'll tell you about all of the requirements in order to get the cash bonus. I think the first cash bonus level starts out at like $200 and then it runs all the way up to some crazy number, but we won't discuss that here. All you got to do is click on that second link and you get all the details. And again, Webull is a worldwide brokerage app, guys. It's one of the brokerage apps I use and millions of other people use it. So feel confident that Webull is a brokerage company that's licensed here in the United States to do business. So please understand that. Well, all right, guys, let's get down to the meat and potatoes. I want to tell you all about another company that I've come across that I think, again, is going to change my life forever. Now, I can't speak for you. I can only speak for me. What I will tell you, though, as a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And if you are somebody out there that needs help making financial decisions, you should go out and get yourself a professional financial advisor, a licensed financial advisor, because I'm not. Because remember, my whole thing here on my YouTube channel is not to try to convince you of anything. It is just to share my opinion on certain financial assets. And this is a financial asset that I uncovered, a stock, a company that I believe I need to take a closer look at because it could change my life forever. That doesn't mean it'll change your life. So make sure before you do anything, go speak to a financial advisor so that you make sure you got yourself all your T's crossed, all your I's dotted. Okay? All right, well, let's get into this company. And the name of this company is Joby Aviation. Yeah, man, I ran across this company, just browsing around trying to find, 100 baggers. And if you don't know what that means, go out on Google and do a little research and type in 100 bagger. So I'm out here looking for 100 baggers, and lo and behold, I run across this company. So I was like, oh my goodness, this might be a potential 100 bagger for my portfolio. Again, not financial advice, not telling you it will be a 100 bagger. I'm just giving you my opinion and what I'm looking for, right? So I'm looking for this 100 baggers and I run across Joby Aviation. So who is Joby Aviation? I'm glad you asked because I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of information about these folks. So Joby Aviation Inc. Now, New York Stock Exchange ticker symbol, J-O-B-Y, Joby, J-O-B-Y. That's the ticker symbol. is a California-based transportation company focused on developing and operating all-electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for commercial passenger service, commonly known as air taxis. I thought that was pretty dang on cool, man. I had never heard of this company before, but that sounds pretty cool, man. I keep telling y'all, man, you cannot stop progress. You cannot stop evolution. You can't stop it. I don't care what people say. You cannot stop progress and evolution. Get yourself involved in progress and evolution. What does that look like? Artificial intelligence, high-level tech, this kind of company right here. Guys, we can't stop the future, so we might as well be a part of it, right? Here we go. eVTOL, and that's EVTOL. Now, what does eVTOL mean? Because I had to ask myself that question, because when I saw it, I didn't quite understand what that meant. So I went out and did a little research. And here's what it means. It's an acronym. eVTOL means electric vertical takeoff and landing, is typically pronounced eVTOL. It refers to a type of aircraft that can take off and land vertically like a helicopter, but uses electric power. That's too cool, man. To me, man, these are the kind of companies I'm looking for, man. And I think if they can get this thing right, it might be a big thing. I don't know, but I'm just saying it might be a big thing. I think that's pretty cool, where you can take off and land vertically like a helicopter, but you're a plane and you use electric power. So that's what that eVTOL means. So you're going to hear me say that quite a bit. So I wanted to make sure you guys understood what that eVTOL stands for. Okay, so here we go. eVTOL development and manufacturing. So here's a breakdown of what Joby Aviation does. eVTOL development and manufacturing. Joby designs, builds, and tests eVTOL aircraft capable of carrying a pilot and 4 passengers at speeds up to 200 miles per hour with a range of up to 100 miles. Remember, guys, all electric, no gasoline, no jet fuel, all electric. See where I'm going with this? Present, past, jet fuel. Future, electric. You see where I'm going with this? Right now, jet fuel. Future, electric. So just wrap your mind around that when we're thinking about how can we put our money in something that could potentially be a game changer for us in our lives. That's the way I'm thinking, right? So that's one of the things Joby Aviation does, right? It takes passengers from point A to point B, right? It can go up to 200 miles an hour. And guess what? It can go with a range of about 100 miles, all electric. And it can take off and land just like a helicopter. So it don't need no runway. Again, guys, present, you need a runway for an airplane. Future, no runway. It just will take straight off up in the air like a helicopter does, but it's a plane. I think that's pretty cool, man. Okay, next thing that Joby Aviation does. Air taxi service operations. The company plans to operate these aircraft as an air taxi service in cities globally to help reduce urban congestion and promote sustainable transport. Oh my goodness. So now they're going to take this technology to cities. And instead of you catching you a car Uber, maybe at some point I can catch me an airplane Uber that can just, no matter where I'm at, just land like a helicopter, pick me up, take off like a helicopter, and get out of there. And up to 100 miles, all electric. Man, come on, guys. Y'all know this is the future, man. So they want to operate this thing like an air taxi service. Here's another thing that they do: vertical integration. Joby manages most aspects of its operations, from design and manufacturing to pilot training and service operations. So what does vertically integrated mean, guys? That means you do it all in-house. You don't go outside of the house to do anything. Everything you do from the bottom up. That's what vertical means. From the bottom up, you do it all in-house. It's vertically integrated. Why is that so important? Because when you're vertically integrated, guess what? You can control your expenses better. You can grow your revenue better. You can have better net profit margins. Why? Because you do everything in-house. You don't have to go out and say, well, okay, we want to do this, but we can't manufacture this, or we can't design that. We got to hire you guys to do it for us. Those people you hire, and guess what they want to do? They want to be profitable too. They want to be a big boy company too, so they got to charge you for that. Whereas when you do it in-house and you're vertically integrated from bottom to top, you can control your costs better. So hopefully better profit margins, right? That's my opinion. You go out and do your own homework, but I love that vertical integration that Joby Aviation is trying to create. And if they can pull that thing off, guys, if they can pull it off, it's going to be a big win for them. Here's another thing that they do. Target market. Joby aims to provide a global passenger service connecting people and places while minimizing the environmental impact of flight. They also plan to offer services to government agencies and individual users through an app-based ride-sharing service. Does that sound like a airplane Uber? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Doesn't that sound like a Uber, but airplane? That's what it sounds like to me. So now I can get on an app at some point in the future. I'll be able to get on an app, sitting here in my living room, get on an app and put my little stuff in there for Joby Aviation or whatever they call that part of the business. And it land right here in my backyard to pick me up. Or it lands right here in my driveway to pick me up. Remember, don't need no runway. It lands and takes off like a helicopter, but without all the crazy stuff. That's what's going to happen, guys. That's the future. I'm going to have a Joby Aviation ride share electric airplane type thing that's going to be able to pick me up. Guys, and I ain't got to worry about what? Traffic. I can get that thing to pick me up and it can take me 60 miles down the road within a matter of 30 minutes instead of it taking me an hour and a half in traffic. Bingo. Love it. Let's keep going. Key features of Joby's Aviation's approach. Key features. Innovation. Joby designs, builds, and tests its aircraft in the USA. Pretty good. I ain't got to really worry about no tariffs, right? Everything's done in the USA, right? Love that. Joby loves that. The next key feature, safety and certification. The aircraft are designed to meet safety standards set by the FAA and other regulatory bodies. Joby is working with the FAA to certify their vehicle for commercial use. So they're already working with the FAA. If they get that thing passed to qualify as commercial use, that means they can service people like you and me all over the place. Game changer, in my opinion. Game changer. Think about cities like New York, LA, San Francisco, Toronto, all around the country, really. I mean, if it can take off and land like a helicopter, guys, you don't need much room for this thing because it doesn't need a runway, doesn't need a traditional runway. I think that's amazing. Hopefully they can get that FAA approval. Partnerships. Joby has partnered with companies such as Toyota, Delta, Uber. Sounds like some big boys. They partner with Toyota, Delta, and Uber. Delta Airlines has invested in Joby to explore providing home to airport flights. What does that look like? Richard Fame's sitting here at his house. I get on the app. My airport, my international airport, is 45 minutes away. On top of that, I don't want the hassle of leaving my car at the airport and paying huge airport parking fees. Or, in my case, it gets damaged. I'll pay the airport parking fee. I just don't want my car damaged. So what do? I get on the app. I hit Joby up. Joby, I live at such and such, such and such. Come pick me up from my house and drop me off at the international airport. That's what they're partnering with Delta to do. I'm telling you guys, if they pull that off, I'm a customer. No doubt. I'm a customer, right? I'm a customer because on this second half of my life, I plan on traveling quite a bit, and I don't need the hassle of messing around with cars and Ubers and all of that stuff. Give me a airplane, a helicopter airplane. Pick me up at my house, take me to the airport, boom, I'm done. I do the same thing on the way back. I love it. In essence, Joby Aviation is a developer of eVTOL aircraft with the goal of transforming urban transportation through its air taxi service. Guys, I love that. I love that concept. I don't know about y'all, man. Drop me some comments down in the comment box. I love that. Goodness gracious, man. I love that. Now, let's see who is their competitors. Now, you know we got to look at some competitors now because you know Joby ain't the only ones out here doing this or trying to do it. So let's look at the competitors. So Joby Aviation's main competitors in the electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft market includes Archer Aviation. We've heard that name before, right? I know a lot of us have heard of Archer Aviation, right? So that's a big boy name. Other companies like Volvo Helicopter. Oh, a Volvo Copter, not helicopter. Volvo Copter, Zuri. Some of these are companies that are not in the U.S. But they got a few out there. The most notable one is Archer Aviation. So go out and do some homework on that. What you want to do is you want to go to ChatGPT or you can go to Google and just say, hey, tell me who are the main competitors of Joby Aviation, and they'll give you the list. And then you can just go look at those companies' websites and kind of figure out how they fit in the mix. But right now, Archer Aviation and Joby are the top two on my list, right? And today we're talking about Joby. So let's see what they say about Archer Aviation. A key competitor, Archer is also developing eVTOL aircraft for urban air mobility and has a similar strategy to Joby, focusing on air taxi services. Think back, guys. Think back now. I want y'all to think back. Put yourself in your time capsule and transport yourself back 15 or 20 years ago. Nobody would have thought Uber could work. Nobody would have thought Lyft would work. Nobody thought, somebody, like a DoorDash. Think about that. Think about those advancements. It took me, guys, even when Uber came out, it took me another 5 or 6 years before I would even try Uber because I'm an old school guy, right? But when I tried Uber, now I love it. Anywhere I gotta go, I don't worry about no family members. I don't worry about nobody having to come get me. I don't need no friends. I can hit an Uber anywhere and boom. I think the same thing is gonna happen with this air taxi service thing that Joby and Archer are trying to get off the ground. I think Joby is my one that I'm gonna be watching though. But I wanted to give you a little bit of competitor data. But again, not financial advice. Get out there and do you some homework, guys. Don't sit here and wait for some YouTube guy to be your homework vessel. I'm not a homework vessel. I'm just learning about this company myself, trying to determine if it's something that I want to plant some seeds for long-term growth. I love the concept, but let's look at the numbers. The numbers ain't gonna lie. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. So, market cap, 14.74 billion. So some of you guys that rock with me in the comments, what does that tell you about this company? Are they small cap, mid cap, large cap, based on their current market cap? And we know the market cap is driven by what? The stock price. But currently right now, what are they considered? Small, mid, or large? They're large cap, right? Any company that has $10 billion market cap or higher is considered a large cap company. So right now, Joby, Aviation, is considered a large cap. Now let's look at the 52-week high. The 52-week high is $18.55. The 52-week low is $4.66. So pretty good size range there, right? So 52-week high, 1855, 52-week low, 466. So what is it doing currently today? It opened at $17.18 today. The low for the stock price today was $16.60. The high was $17.58. So that's what your current market cap is, 52-week high, 52-week low, and what it currently did today from a price per share standpoint. Now let's go look at the actual financial statement numbers. And this is as of March, quarter end, March 2025. They have no revenue based on the March quarter end 2025, no revenue. And I know some of y'all are like, what? No revenue, guys. That's not uncommon for these type of companies. I keep telling y'all that. It's not uncommon. Right now, they're working on what? Innovation, R&D. They're in the R&D stage. They're not in the state that they don't have something that can come pick me up today where I can go on their app and boom, like I do Uber. It's coming though. But right now, today, they don't have that. So there is no revenue right now. But they do have expenses, and they got a ton of them, right? Net income is negative 82.41 million. So that tells me they're not at the revenue stage yet. They're still at the R&D stage. They're still at the developmental stage. They're still at the let's try to get this thing together stage. Let's figure out where our customer is. Let's figure out who would want to try this service. Let's see if we can get government contracts. That's the stage that they're at right now. They have no revenue, but they're taking on investment and they're doing the R&D and all the work they need to do to vertically integrate this whole process from bottom to top. So right now, they have no revenue and they have net income of negative 82 million. So that tells me it's a lot of millions to have expenses. All that's is expenses. All 82 million is expenses, right? No revenue. But here's the bright spot on the net income. It's better than it was year over year. So year over year, they got a plus 12.88%. So that means it's better than it was last year. The net income is, in my opinion, would be lower than it was last year, right? That's a good thing. So no diluted EPS or earnings per share and no net profit margin, at least not in the numbers that I'm looking at here. So none of that's there. But if you go back to December 2024, right? If you go back, December 2024 numbers, then you have, again, revenue. They had a revenue beat. Actually, revenue came in. Let's see what revenue came in at $44,075. They report, the analysts expected revenue to come in at $44,075, but they reported 55,000. So they were up about 22%. But of course, you can know that's not really no revenue. That's nothing for a company like this. That's nothing. So right now, guys, they don't make any money. Matter of fact, they don't make any revenue. They don't even have any revenue right now. But that doesn't mean, guys, that they can't be a legit company at some point that does make revenue. You got to go back now. When Uber started, Lyft started, right? They struggled too. They had to get the concept that they had to get people used to, oh, you mean to tell me I'm going to go on an app and a stranger's going to pick me up? I don't know if I want to do that. So they had to go through that too. Now it's a household name. Pretty much everybody does it. So this company is going through the same thing, right? But clearly somebody believes this company may have a chance to pull this thing off, because they wouldn't have a $17.59 share price if somebody wasn't excited about them. Remember, we looked at the 52-week low, which is $4.66. Somebody excited about them, somebody investing in them. And then you see this $18.55 all-time 52-week high. So there's momentum behind this company, guys. Somebody is investing in this company. Somebody is excited about this company. Somebody believes in this company, or their stock price wouldn't have. I mean, you look at 466 to 1855. That's a big jump, guys. That's like a 3X. I'm sorry, that's a 4X. So it's already a 4X. It's already a 40 bagger. Could be a 100 bagger. Who knows? So somebody is excited about this company other than me. I'm not the only one. It's somebody else out there excited about this company. But here's the kicker. Let me go show you Uber here real quick. Let's look at Uber. And again, I'm not comparing these two companies. I'm just trying to make a point here. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just your boy just trying to give you a little heads up to what I'm looking at. Right now, Uber is $89.94. Uber is $188 billion market cap. Uber's 52-week high, $97.72. 52-week low, $54.84. $188 billion market cap. Nice sized company. But I guarantee you, Uber started like, I can't guarantee you. Let me take that back. Take that out, erase that, edit, edit. Not guarantee. No guarantees or nothing. I'm not no guarantee of nothing. I'm just edit that. Take that out, throw that out. But let me say it this way. In my opinion, if I were to go back and look at the opening days of Uber, it would probably look somewhat similar. Right? Somewhat similar, because why? They had to re-educate people on a different way of transportation. Same with these people. They're going to have to re-educate people. Number one, they're going to have to get approved by FAA. They got to get all the regulatory approvals. Then they got to button down, landing somewhere where even though it lands like a helicopter, you know what I know, a helicopter make a big scene. It big old blades and acting crazy. It's a lot. So they got to figure that out. But if they can figure all of that out, who knows, man? Maybe at some point they can be Uber size. I don't know. I'm just saying, guys. One thing I can tell you, if you go look at the early investors of Uber, I guarantee you that, see, there I go again. I can't guarantee you nothing. But if you go look at the early investors in Uber, those people right now probably got smiles on their face. If they stayed in and kind of went through all the ups and downs with Uber, they probably are smiling right now. They probably exited and got big smiles on their face right now. So all I'm telling you guys is, for me, I'm trying my very best to kind of do the same thing, right? I'm trying my very best to find me a couple hundred baggers as I, do my long-term investment strategy. I'm trying to find myself a couple, 200 or 300 baggers. And like I said, if you don't know what that means, go out and do some research. Just type in on Google, what is a 100 bagger when it comes to stocks? What is a 100 bagger? It'll tell you. So last thing, and then we're going to get on out of here. I want to just give you what the analysts are saying, because that's what I try to do, is give y'all what the experts are saying. Here's what the experts are saying about the next 12 months for this stock. It may be alarming, but listen to it. The average 12-month price target for Joby Aviation, ticker symbol JOBY, is around $9.33, with a range from $5 to $13, according to recent analyst forecasts. This represents a potential downside of approximately 47.54% from the current price of $17.79. The consensus rating among analysts covering Joby is a buy. So you might be asking yourself, my goodness, man, this thing's sitting at 17 and some change, but the experts are saying even on the high side, 13. What's going on? Well, it's above my pay grade, guys. I don't know. I mean, you got to go out and do your own homework and figure out what's going on, why the analysts believe the price target is much less than it currently is. I personally would believe there's a lot of optimism behind this thing, because people think it might be able to be a 100-bagger. So people are investing in it for the future. Right now, it don't make no revenue, but maybe in the future it will. Maybe people who are investors disagree with the analysts. I don't know. The analysts can be wrong, but they can also be right. So you got to go out there and do your own homework and figure that out for yourself. And like I said, for you people who don't have confidence in your own decision making when it comes to investing in paper assets, you want to go out and get yourself a licensed financial advisor. That's what you want to do, guys. If you're not comfortable with making your own financial decisions, please go out and get yourself a licensed financial advisor to help you through all of this. Last thing I want to touch on are who are the major investors in this company, because for some of y'all that may help you gain a little more confidence with this company if you know who some of the major investors are. So the major investors include Toyota Motor Corporation, which I said earlier, some company called Bailey Gifford and Company. Here's a big one, the Vanguard Group, Inc. Y'all do know who Vanguard is, right? They're only the second largest investment firm in the world, with about $9 trillion under management. The only company bigger than them is BlackRock with $10 trillion under management. So got some pretty decent investors. Toyota Motor Corporation, Vanguard, also Capricorn Investment Group LLC. Toyota is the largest institutional investor, followed by Bailey Gifford and Vanguard and Capricorn Investment Group. So there you go, man. You got some heavyweights who are investors in this concept, because at this point, that's all it is, guys. It's just a concept. They don't make any money. Matter of fact, they don't even really have any revenue as of last reporting quarter. No revenue. First quarter of 2025, no revenue. Bunch of expenses, no revenue. Why? Because they're in the R&D stage. They're in the development stage. They're not ready to go to market yet. Once they're ready to go to market, then hopefully you'll start to see some revenue coming in. But obviously, you got some big heavyweight investors here who believe in this concept, and they put their money where the mouth is. You also have other people that believe in this concept, or the stock price wouldn't be $17.79 for a company that makes no revenue. So somebody excited about it. Somebody. I'm just saying. Again, not a financial advisor. Ain't trying to be a financial advisor. Just a regular guy here on YouTube trying to give you guys a little bit of my research and why I'm excited about the company. And now my job is to see at what level and when do I want to see if I want to plant a seed. Certainly not planting no seeds at the $17.79 range. That's not where I'm planting seeds. Now, if we get a nice little pullback in line with what the analysts are saying, then I might be I might have some seeds to plant. Right now, my seed, I can't plant no seeds, not at this elevation of the stock price. Not saying that you can't, I just can't. I'm gonna wait on a little bit better, price per share that kind of fits my lens. And then once I do that, then at that point, I'll make a decision on if I want to plant a seed or not, but certainly not plant none at the 17 and higher. No, I'm not, because one thing I've learned in doing this over 30 years is these companies like this that don't make no money, when any little piece of bad news come out, they take the elevator down. Any piece of good news come out, they take the stairs back up. If y'all know what that means. Elevator down, that means it goes down, boy, when bad news comes. That sucker crashed so fast, you can't even blink. Boom, gone. But then when good news come out, it takes the stairs up. Real slow to come back up. Very slow to come back up. Real fast to go down, very slow to come back up. So you just gotta be careful. You got to do your due diligence, do your homework. And again, for those of you who are not comfortable making your own financial decisions, please go out and get you a financial advisor, a professional financial advisor to help you, because that's not me. I'm not here to try to convince you of anything. I'm not trying to make this financial advice. I'm sharing an idea on an incredibly unique company, in my opinion, that I thought, man, this is pretty cool. I'd love for one of them things to come in my backyard or in my front driveway and pick me up and take me to the airport. That'd be crazy. Just for that, count me in, right? So like I said, man, if you guys want to join the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon, get yourself down to that first link. Click on that Wealth Builders Financial Community Patreon link. It'll take you over to Patreon. Sign up and come join the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. We're called the Wealth Builders. We got about 2,000 wealth builders in our financial community. All we do in that community is help one another build wealth and chase that financial freedom and that passive income thing. None of us are experts. We don't try to be experts. All we do is share ideas, share concepts, share best practices, like I said, what's working, what's not working. And what I found, guys, over the last year of having this community is that we continue to attract more and more people because no one wants to be out here in this matrix by themselves with no help. No help. Nobody offering any ideas, nobody offering any concepts, nobody offering nothing. So if you want to be in the matrix, do it on your own, get no help, stay in the matrix. Or consider joining the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon. First link down in the description box. And then send me a DM, introduce yourself, and let's go to work. And again, that's where I'm giving out the real game, right? And y'all know what I mean. You know what that means. Last one, man, Webull. Second link down in the description box. Webull is offering cash bonus reward to those folks that decide to open up a new Webull brokerage account. Now, you got to put some money in and fund your brokerage account, and they have different levels of that cash bonus depending upon how much you decide to put in your new brokerage account. If you want to take advantage of that opportunity, that's the second link down in the description box. Click on the link. It'll give you all the details. And if you decide it's something that you want to try it out, get yourself some cash bonus reward. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video. Smash that like button too for your boy. If you're rocking with your boy, smash that like button and give me a like. Appreciate you for that. Thoughts become things. See it in your mind, hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.